Welcome back to the Half Thumb Homestead. Got a problem with my Polaris on my pool, the booster pump there. The timer switch won't turn on or turn off. Once it hits this manual lever, it's supposed to click it over as it goes by. It won't go by. So what's happening is there's a gear inside here where the teeth are broken. So you can stick your finger to see if they're working through this little hole back here, and you can feel the gears. You put your finger and push down. I can feel them turning, but they're not turning the big one, so they're stripped out somewhere. And the same thing with this one. This one's good, but you can put your finger in there and feel them turn. So we're going to go ahead and change this out. I got a new one. Let's get into it. And just so you know, working on my pool, specifically the timer, is not how I cut my thumb off. We're going to start by turning off the power to the pool equipment. So to start with, we need to take the cover plate off here. It's 2 5/16 in my case, or you can also use a flat blade screwdriver. I'm going to set that aside for now. Then we got to take off this little plastic thing. It just pops off here. So you're going to take it off this side first, pop it loose. You do have to put this on and take that screw out, and that's going to be a Phillips head screw. So if you had power still going to this, you probably be careful getting zapped. So turn the power off. Pop this loose and it twists 90 degrees and then it slops right off that guy. See how that's slotted? Little slot there, so it goes over the top and then twists around. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to take this out of the assembly and then we're going to transfer the wires over. A good thing to do is take a picture of it so you know which wire goes where. You can label your wires. Obviously I've replaced this before. If you have a couple power wires coming to your pump down here, yep, those go to the pump. The red ones go to my booster pump. And actually these two little wires go to the booster pump. So the best thing to do is to take a picture of this. That way you don't forget where any of the wiring goes. Take a couple pictures. They're just held in with either Phillips heads or flat tips. Some are just wires shoved in there, and some have terminal ends on them. And then to take this out, top here, see that tab? You push that tab in and the whole thing will pop out. It's not too hard to change. A lot of people are scared of it. Just make sure you turn power off. So here's the new one in the box. So one of the other things you can do while you're changing this out, if you're concerned where the wires go, you can take out one wire at a time and hook it up to the new one. When you stick your finger through the hole in the back, what you're feeling is these gears turning here. So somewhere in there is a bunch of gears. See them all? One of those has a broken tooth on it, and it won't let this guy trip back and forth. And these are your on and your off manual throw switches. As it spins around, if this is off, this one will turn it on and this one will turn it off. So we're going to swap everything over here one at a time. We'll start out by taking off that front screw that holds the plastic cover plate on. Let's see if I can break it first. And just set that guy aside. It's also a good idea just to break the screws free you know you're going to need here. I need the second one, third one, They're labeled on there too. So there's a 1, 2, 3, 4, and this has a 1, 2, 3, 4. So I put the wires in the same spots they were in originally. I don't use screw 1, so I'm not going to take it out. They typically they can be brass screws, so they're non-magnetic. So I don't need this guy, he'll be out of the way because he's going to hook up with something else. So I'll just kind of take the bolts, the nuts out or screws out and just let them sit there. And remind you that this is not how I cut off my thumb, so you shouldn't have to worry about too much, at least hurting yourself. Electric wise, yeah, you don't want to zap yourself, so. So I'm going to take these out and I'm going to set them aside. So my wires, we'll have to figure out when we take that off which one of these, top one or the bottom one, goes to which one of those. So to start with, we'll take off the two big wires. Let's do this one. In this case, wire number 4 goes to spot number 4. That's easy to remember. 2 goes to 2. So those we can just pull out of the way for now because we have them labeled. Take some tape and label these two. Number 1, that's a 2, in case you're wondering. So in this case, one of them has an eyelet on it, the other one is just slid up in there. And to keep the big wires from getting damaged, they are tinned. When I say tin, a little bit of solder on those things to keep them from coming apart. Alright, so that's all my wires. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And push that tab I showed you a second ago. And pop this out. Then we're going to look on here. The upper wire goes to the one on the left. So this is the upper wire here, and it's good if you just labeled with some tape on that sucker too. So pause this and get some tape. Okay, so I had this in my toolbox left over from a previous job. This is a Scotch code. It's for wiring, 1 through 9, 0 through 9, excuse me. So you can label all kinds of stuff with this. So I've labeled all my wires where they came off in association with these numbers here, 1, 2, 3, and 4. And I've labeled these myself. I've given the lower one number, or the upper one, number 8, and the lower one, number 9. So I'm going to call that terminal block 8 and screw 9 for that terminal block there. And again, I've matched where this wire goes, number 8. The top wire goes to number 8. So now we're just going to pop this guy in there. Goes behind these two pieces on the bottom and clips in. That's simple. And now we have to put all the screws back in. So There's 2 that go to number 3. This is number 4. We'll put number 4 in first, farthest over. Start our screw first. And put that over on the right hand side. We're going to make sure that this clasp here does not get on the insulation. We want to grab in the wire. Tighten that up. Now we're going to do number 3. Now number 3 also has one with an eyelet. So we're going to take the eyelet first and we're going to run it through the bolt and nut, screw, whatever you call it. We're going to start it in there. It should go in easy. You don't want to cross thread it. Once we get that started, we'll make sure that's on the left hand side, and we'll take our wire that's tinned and we'll slide it up on the right here. I'm going to make sure those are tight and don't have a lot of play. Next one we're going to take is our number 2, and we're going to run our wire up behind it. Tug, we're good. And the same thing with number 1. Remember, number 1 has one with an eyelet, one with a tinned wire, so we'll put the eyelet on there first. Get our tinned wire here, go up behind it. Number 9 first. Then we got our last screw here. Remember, hold on to your timer, it's going to fall once this comes out. That was wire 9, upper one. Threading in nice and easy. Tighten it up. All of our wires, one more check. Make sure they're all tight. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to set the time. It's about 4 o'clock here. I want this to turn on. I would prefer 11 o'clock instead of 10. I don't want everything going at one time. Taking needle nose pliers, you can just take a pair of pliers. These are typically thumb screws, but when they come, they're pretty tight. Break it loose. Goodness gracious. I'm going to move it up to about midnight. And I don't mind shutting off at 6 a.m. That's probably good. 6 hours of Polaris running is probably more than enough. Make sure that won't come off. The last thing we have to do is put on our little black screen here. Remember, it flips over like this side here and then pivots over. And then we take our little plastic sheet metal screw, which holds the cover on. Now we can do a couple things here. We can put power back to the system, turn it on, and make sure it works. So I'm going to open up my electrical panel and turn power on. You should hear them running. Stick your finger in the back and you can feel the gears turning. And we'll turn on the pull pump and then the booster. everything works. Turn the pool off, the booster shut off. And it does. So the last thing we have to do is put our cover plate on. Cover plate has these two bottom tangs that go inside these little inserts down here and just sits over like so. Then you can take and use a flat tip or your 5/16. Put these back on. There you have it. That is right there how you change out manual pool timer on your pool equipment. You know the drill, like, subscribe. I'll put in the details, all the stuff I've used in this video, the tools, and the timer here. And I'll probably put this in there too. These things, this is awesome. And you can use it anywhere, labeling anything. So that's all I got. Everything's working great now. And tomorrow we'll find out if it goes around and stops on the off and on switch. So that's what was happening. It was turning on, it wouldn't turn off, it would stop. So remember, any comments, leave them below. Have fun out.